はい、それでは、前回の続きからやっていきたいと、とりあえず、まずは矢探ししましょう。矢探し。ね。現状、これは、メモ
There's something in the
何か
pocket.
入ってる。血がついた紙切れ。ルイス頼む。あと1週間待ってくれ。お前に借りがあることはちゃんと分かっている。でも、俺も皆と同じで苦しいんだ。今、札が港をうろついてるが、十分な在庫は手に入らねえ。店が回らねえんだ。でも心配すんな。金持ちといい取引ができそうだ。これで次期供給が安定するはずだ。あと1週間。そしたら利子を2倍にして返してやる。ピーター。なるほど。とりあえずでもまあ、これはさておき。まずはここら辺の探索だ。
The blood is fresh.
新しい血の
Whoever it belongs to could not have got far.
間違いなく下に行ったのは確かだけど、その前に上を調べようと思ったけど、上は何もないのね。オッケー、下調べようと。その前に記憶の宮殿。こういう感じか。ルイスはアルバートの死を望んだか。ルイスはアルバートを追うのではなく殺したかったのかもしれない。彼も、スログモートン一族なのだから。ああ、そういうね。慎重に行こう。と、まあ、そうだ。あれだね。これは、上着の切れ端、メモ。まあ、それはさておき、所持金の方。弾薬は作れる。もしかしたらね、いるかもしれないからね、何かしら。暗っ。これはまあ破壊可能なやつだよね。その前に、最高。さあ、開けるか。はあ。うわ、なんだ。おお、気持ち悪い。よいしょ。手術使うのもったいねえな。オッケー。うわ、なんだこれ。やば。気持ち悪い。残念ながら、お亡くなりでございます。はい。うわ、なんだこれ。なんかフェイスハガーみたい。写真を撮ったからといって何かあるわけではない。いや、それに してて気持ちが悪いな。誰かによって通されたなこれ。
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
つまり撃ち殺されたということだね。こいつは何なんだ一体。
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
まあさて、記憶の宮殿を整理しますか。その前に上司たちの家からそれほど離れていない倉庫の地下でアルバート・スローグ・モートンの死体を発見した。頭部を撃たれ服に突き刺されて隠されていた。完全に今やった人物は一人だな。これではない。これでもない。酒場のルイス、アルバート・スログモートンを殺したインスマス人のルイスはオークモントンにある酒場に隠れているかもしれない。なるほどね。これもしかしてだけどさ、あの人に報告する前に酒場の方に行った方がいいかもしれないな。
Join in, newcomer. Praise the sea with us.
お前もか。
Join in, newcomer. Praise the sea with us.
あ、この人は攻撃できるわけじゃないんだね。おまわりさん。
The port is closed by order of Robert Throgmorton.
ああ、
Back off.
なるほどね。了解了解。おお、誰かいる。
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around. You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
これでソーセージ焼きたいね。このバーベキューコンロで。おお、入れる。入れるけど、まあ行ってみようか。なんかいいな、こういうちょっと大敗的な酒場っていうのかな。
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
蓄音機とか調べられない？あ、ごめん。ごめん。
Hey, knock it off.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you.
You're some kind of fortune teller?
Yes, my dear. Yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things.
All right, how much?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next. as time itself laughs.
I think I'd...
It is what it is. That
Why do I...
なるほど、つまり、あれか。おい主人公、お前、敵に捕まるんじゃね？絶対インスマスに捕まるだろう、こいつ。
Welcome to Under the Kid.
I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered.
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to stay arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others...
And
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
I'm looking for a man by the...
Yeah, even if I knew.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Throck. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
なんか、
He's
ダー
upstairs.
ティーな感じだな。
Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with them once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. Bye.
いやー、これもなんかダーティーだなー。いいね、こういうのクトゥルフっぽくて。
What the... Get them... Oh... What the... Get them... Oh...
あー、なんか、面白いな、こういうの。ほんと面白い。こういうね、クトゥルフ的世界観いいね、ほんとに。俺は大好きだ。さあ。
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Ugh. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak for now.
今はな。
But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out I was right.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Want to spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before.
スマスラは
I didn't
ま
mean
あ
any offense.
珍しいもんな。
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
Well, I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
何かに操られてたのか。
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
I won't tell him. Everyone seems to agree there's been an outbreak of madness around these parts. I'm inclined to believe you fell victim to it too. Plus, it seems heartless to tear apart a family after what you've been through already.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Reed. Thank you.
That said, the port's still closed. What will you do?
Hide here, I guess. Don't have a choice. The streets are flooded with police.
I'll make something up to tell Throgmorton. Leave as soon as you can.
Thank you again, sir. I won't forget this.
まあここで恩を売っておけば。
Please, I told you the truth, I swear.
記憶の宮殿を整理しよう。戦勝神話預言者の裏。占い師の予言ちょっと気になるんだよな。絶対なんかあるだろう。ああ、なるほどね。逆にこれをこうしてやると。うわ、これは結構結末が分かれそうだな。まあ今回のところ助けておいてやるか。仕方ねえ、ありがたく思えよ。まあ恩を売っておけばなんとかなるだろう。そのうち。
You want a drink? You want a drink?
あ、それしか言わない。 場か。
Hey, knock it off!
うわー、なんだ。はい、これやばくね。これ裏世界入っちゃったよね。これはダメかな。いや、まさか裏世界に落ちるとは思わなかったね。うん。嘘だろ。さあ。
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something,
What? I don't have all day.
some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible, and when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
Mr. Throgmorton.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse.
No. It cannot be true.
I've tracked down your son's...
Where?
I tracked the murderer down, but he was attacked by those things prowling the back alleys. They tore him apart. It was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood. That may have attracted the beasts.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth. It's from his jacket. Just ask his friends.
Alas, this was my revenge to exact, not some wild beast's. Something must be done about those pests. Still, justice has been served. This isn't closure, but at least I know now the story. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Gay to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to
ここから
Oakmont?
本題に入れるわけだな。
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I've...
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture. A sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster.
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
俺としては、おお、マジか。最高じゃないか。
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
まさかリボルバーがもらえるとはね。いいね、リボルバー最高だよ。とりあえず消えた調査隊とその本部に次は向かえばいいと。ああ、そういう感じになってるね、これ。今のところなんか精神力重要そうになってきそうだから、ちょっとこれ上げとこう。なら街の外行けるようになった感じかな。街っていうか違う、港の外。あ、オッケーオッケー、通れるようになってる。